Hey viewers, thanks for stopping by and checking out today's video. We got a couple of cool car clips today that we're going to be watching together. Anything between comedy to just casual car related content. So if y'all have any questions or y'all want to talk about any of the videos or any of the clips today, just go ahead and throw it in the comments, and I'm pretty good at replying, so we can have a conversation there. But let's get into it without further ado. Let's go ahead and start.
So I just bought this car yesterday, right, from the dealership. They weren't able to fix it. First, when I first came to check out this car, I thought it had a bad transmission module. Bad
Beautiful
PCM. I swapped that out
350Z.
because that's kind of the first thing that really goes wrong with these cars. It ended up not being that. I mean, I guess that led me to the right.
Oh, he's got the multimeter out. You know it's bad news.
Checked all the wires going up to the IPDM. Everything looked good except the red wire. Checked underneath, and watch what I found.
I know those jack stands. A Harbor Freight special.
You never really think that it's the wire. I mean, sometimes it can be, but look at the red wire right there. It was hard to see, and I'm surprised it didn't catch this. But it was
Yanked out of the little harness there. That I would assume that would be the issue. It's literally talking to the
socket right there.
the computer, you know?
And let's see if we fix this problem on this car. But before I get too ahead of myself, the problem with this car is there's no park indicator, so it doesn't tell you if you're in park, neutral, or reverse. And that's a red wire, so
Red's important.
that's probably important.
Yep.
Connector is fixed.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and see if that worked.
How do you fix those? Do you just push the wire back?
And no,
Y'all tell me in the comments.
gotta make sure that everything's put back together, and then we'll test it again. Okay,
So it didn't
I think
work
this is
just
what
yet.
happened. This transmission was removed at one point, and they didn't disconnect this connector, and they pulled out all the wires here. So I'm gonna go through here and double check every single thing because I just pulled out another one. Replace.
Imagine going through all the effort of replacing the transmission, and like you're like trying to tug it out of there, and it's just something's fighting you, but you don't put two and two together, and then before you know it, you're destroying
That blue
wires.
wire and still nothing. But I think we're on the right path. Replace that blue wire and still nothing. But I think we're on the right path. Alright, so I think I got it narrowed down to this blue wire. So the blue wire should not be ground. I have a continuity mode on the multimeter, and look what happens when I touch the cat. So that means there's continuity to ground. So that means that blue wire is shorted to ground somewhere. So we gotta follow the harness
Talk about troubleshooting.
and see where that might be touching. Maybe like a ground wire or something, but definitely is grounded out somewhere.
If y'all know how to troubleshoot electrical, like you're a cut above the of everybody else, because that's just I would just lose it, like not know where to start. But this guy seems to have experience.
Took me all day.
All day, even
countless
with
of
experience.
hours going through wire, looking through fuses, disconnecting things, connecting things, but it is done. Let me show you guys.
What a legend. Never give up. Let's see it. Come on now. Let's see the fruit of his labor here. Bam! Oh yeah. I kind of want to hear it start though, but that's where the video ends. We'll go to the next one here.
Recommend engine replacement.
This BMW dealership wanted $27,589 to replace a good engine. Good engine. Let's see.
Hey guys, got this BMW here, 2015 235. Client had a concern
2015.
of an overheating condition. Had the car at
2015 was 10 years ago. That's insane. That is insane. And also, why is he sitting on the car? In the comment section of the video, they were roasting him about it, but I think you'll see why things are okay. The owner's probably okay with that. based on
The
what's he's
BMW
about to say.
dealership, they gave him some bad news and told him that his engine needed to be replaced. He didn't like that answer, so he
Who
found
would?
us,
Who would?
brought it to us. We moved forward with our testing processes and procedures to determine on whether the recommendation from the dealership on replacing the engine came to fruition or if there was something else. So Andrew, he's the technician who diagnosed this vehicle. He's going to talk about a little bit about what we did and our findings on everything with this car as per the dealership.
The dealership claimed that this engine here was out of commission.
Claimed.
They said that each cylinder was low in compression or none at all. They also said the leak test that they did, 20%. We did the leak test, we found 0%. Also, within the compression that we done, 180 psi. Healthy engine. We also found hoses and hose clamps that just weren't secure. I took it upon myself to flush out this system at least 3 to 4 times. Within that flush, we got back a good amount
3 to 4
of
times?
oil in the coolant. That's not pretty good. We also had to drain out our heater core back there, also as well as all lines connected within the coolant system. We replaced the...
And you have to do all that because it's like, if you go through all the effort of cleaning out the system with a flush and all that, you don't want any residue to be sticking around in those in those tubes and all that, just for you to like encounter later down the line with issues.
2 oil coolers. We replaced the thermostat and the water pump. With a blown head gasket, we can see why they made that decision, but at the same time, the procedures we took shown that this engine was actually healthy.
So, moral of the story, second opinions. They're important, right? We can all relate. You injure your knee, you go to a doctor, you don't like what they have to say, you see somebody else. Maybe they're going to tell you the same thing, maybe something a little bit different. After Andrew finished his processes and procedures, we deemed that it didn't need an engine. We made the necessary repairs that the client authorized. We test drove it 40 miles. There was no overheating issues. There was no more oil mixing with the coolant. But right now, it's definitely looking good. We went from potentially an engine replacement at a cost of $27,000 to $28,000 to replacing some coolant components. It was a fifth of engine replacement, saving this client money in a big, big way.
And honestly, props to Andrew the technician, because like it's all depending on who's working on your car, right? So Andrew seemed like he knew what he was talking about. That's all I'm gonna say.
You are not into cars. You're into clout. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Your dream car is only gonna satisfy you for about a month. Take it from a nigga that ain't got every car that he ever wanted. But after you get it, I promise you, the satisfaction is so temporary. That shit only gonna excite you for a month.
If you're getting bored of a car shortly after you bought it, I'm sorry to say, but you're not a real car enthusiast. You just got the car for clout. Some of you might be disagreeing with me, but hear me out. Next to jewelry and designer clothing, cars are one of the more popular forms of displaying your social status. And what that does
I'd agree with
is
that.
people looking at popular cars that portray a higher social status, and they choose those cars as their dream cars. And not everybody, but a lot of us at one point has thought, man, if only I got that car, all of my friends would think I'm cool. And if that is the motivating reason why you bought the car in the first place, then of course you're going to get bored of it in a short amount of time, because you bought it for no other reason than to prove something to someone that doesn't even matter.
And that comes down to like just materialistic stuff also. But if you have a passion for something, it shouldn't be like dependent on what people think about it, you know, like if you like a weird obscure car and that's your baby and and people give you flack for it, it's not up to them anyway. So just drive what you can until you can afford what you want, but just always respect your vehicles because they get you from point A to point B, right? So that's all I got to say on that pretty much.
Are you really into that car, or are you just getting it to impress others?
My window actuators are going out, so it sounds like I'm having a hell of a firefight in here.
Wow, that does sound like it. At least a video game. Obviously, I've never been in a firefight, thank goodness, right? But played enough games to know what that sounds like.
Okay, man. So Monday starts with this 13 300 Hemi. Customer brought me last week. Yanked the fucking motor out. Didn't want to, but no choice. We find number 3. Once again. Look at that.
This guy does a lot of these type of
The
jobs.
lifter is fucked up
like-
like usual.
He's done so
So we
many
take
of
the
these.
motherfucker Fuck that car. Got the heads off. Got the engine apart. Now we're gonna yank the fucking cam out of it. And the oil pan off. Clean everything up. Banging these fresh fucking $1,400 lifter set from the dealer.
That guy's going
Fucking
off in the
look at this
background.
All 4 of these boxes of lifters right here, $1,400 from Dodge.
1,400. Is that for
I think the
everything
cam- I
or
think the cam
each?
is 500.
Oh, okay.
Well, good thing it's
For
made in
everything,
Germany.
probably.
So hopefully they're better than what the fuck Dodge made. I don't know who makes them, but they work. I haven't had to take them back out. This is about the 15th set of these we've bought with a new cam and gaskets. And this pipe.
15th set of them. So that means he's knocking out these type of jobs like frequently. And some of his other videos, he kind of vents about like all the cars in his yard, and they're all very similar drivetrains. So he's just like, in a way, he has his work cut out for him for just like having this, I guess, repeat kind of model come in to his shop. But in another one of his videos, he mentions that like people obviously find him and know where he's located based on his videos, and they bring their cars to them.
The fucking Ford shit.
It's
Nice
pretty
fucking
sweet.
Truck, man, 2007.
His commentary is
Fucking
always so
Challenger
spot
piece of
on.
shit. So I'm yanking this piece of fuck out right now. Thank God it's a metric and not an E4OD. I don't want to dick with that. So fucking busy, I don't got time to wipe my ass, man. Loud enough fuck over here. Anyway, this is the starting of our Monday, man. Banging this fucking Hemi. It'll run probably Wednesday. Got some other shit to do. We got to clean this thing real thorough. Anyway, that's our Monday, man. But fucking hey, you own one of these Hemis and they make a sound. I don't care anything. You gotta fucking stop, man. You gotta stop, or you're gonna be doing this. Is the second one, third one I've done. Same problem. Lifter.
Same
fucked
problem.
up and done.
And like, what causes that? Is that just like using bad like parts like during assembly? Because he's saying like once he replaces it, like everything's fine. And he hasn't had one come back basically. So is that like, y'all tell me in the comments, like, is that because like during like production they just happen to use a bad like batch and just like never remedy that? Or I have no idea. On to our next clip here.
What I'm about to say, only car guys are gonna understand. Y'all, we have a sickness, dare I say a disease, called while I'm in there, my little old pick-em-up truck, Chevy Silverado 5.3, has an exhaust leak. Tracked it down, it's at the manifold. One of the exhaust flange bolts broke. Shocker. Well, I get to thinking, while I'm in there, if I gotta pull the damn thing off, I might as well put long tubes on it. And if I went that far, new full 3-inch stainless cap back, not that expensive.
Okay.
If I'm doing all this work for a badass exhaust, I don't want a stock ass cam.
Okay. Now you're pushing it. I feel like I would draw the line there, like the exhaust and like, everything exhaust related. Now you start going into cam money, that's like, I can't justify that. But anyways, let's keep going.
No, just so happens over the winter, there's a little lifter doing a little tick. While I'm in there, I might as well do lifters. Hell, if I went that far and I want to do lifters and a cam, might as well go ahead and do valve springs while I'm in there.
While I'm in
While
there.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Fucking money. And it's a damn disease. It's a sickness. I can't get away from it. Well, I'm in there. I just... My truck will be off the road for about a month because of the while I'm in there.
All the upgrades, yeah. Yeah, and sometimes that makes sense because for some installs, like you're very close to other key components that you don't want to have to revisit, shall I say, that area. So, for instance, on some cars, like certain hard to reach components are next to you know, things that fail. So that's what he's getting at, but with a little bit of desired modification, I'll say.
All right, bitch. Come on. Damn. Come on. That's right.
The Jetson sound.
What the fuck is that?
Where do you get this audio from? Just gripping the asphalt.
That's gotta be a world record. I gotta go talk to this guy. Yo, dude.
What's up?
Just idling the little sound.
What's under the hood?
What, under this? It's nothing. Oh, it's nothing, huh? Yeah, it's nothing? Okay, yeah. So it's not an oxygen-fueled gravitational expulsion system? Expulsion system? No, it's not anything like that. You know, do I know you?
Who, me? No, I don't think we've ever met. Give me my fucking spaceship!
The sound of this guy's videos are really funny.
Fucking call my mom. No, I'm calling my mom.
Old man randomly came up to the vet and this happened.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I love it when the kids at the car wash say that to me.
Yeah, it's my brother's car.
Is it?
Yeah, he actually just passed away, so I'm.
Oh my
enjoying it for
goodness.
What?
Yeah,
From what?
like you know those little stand-up scooters in my neighborhood. So this is his car. I drive a Mercedes, and I'm currently selling my car to keep this car. He built the whole car. He put 25 grand into this car.
I
Mm.
think you're quite a quality young man. You keep that up.
Yeah,
Keep
so
your brother's memory.
How wholesome.
always, man.
Oh my goodness. I've never heard of anyone getting that hurt by a stand-up scooter, but you know, those have battery packs now, so they be flying down the road. Oh, that sucks.
Yes, I do have pictures of my brother's car. This is my brother's car. If you guys don't know, I will show you guys pictures in a few. As you guys can see right there,
Oh, there he
That's-
is.
my brother with his Corvette.
Oh, rest in
Um,
peace.
If you guys don't know about this car, it's fully built, engine-wise, exterior-wise, and this car gets so much attention,
So
especially
beautiful.
by the elderly people.
The elderly.
Now, other video I had, I didn't want to get the guy while I was driving. I didn't want to post him and take videos while I was driving with the old man because I didn't want him to feel unsafe while I was driving. But I will tell you guys, that man had the best smile, and I could not tell you guys how good I actually felt afterwards. I appreciate all the love and support from you guys. Everybody who comes up and says this is a nice car and stuff. I'm gonna take everyone in a ride, and I'm gonna post it on TikTok, special for you guys. I appreciate you guys all. Love you all.
Oh, that's really sweet. Just like the older gentleman said, it's like, you know, having the idea to keep your brother's memory alive and also spread that positivity and, you know, and it all be related to cars, you know?
Why is it car guys always have the most car trouble? You'd think they'd take care of these things because they're so passionate about it.
I feel
Their
attacked.
car in the shop every 2 weeks. How do they keep breaking them? I drive a 2012 Ford Focus, and I just brought it in for the first time.
And that's
What are they
why.
doing to their cars?
You drive a 20, you know, the Ford Focus is not something that you're tweaking on unless it's like a little special variety, but you know, that's not necessarily true because you can modify any car, right? And you can definitely mess up any car trying to modify it. So I feel personally attacked because one of my cars is down right now, but you know, we ain't trying to just drive the most basic stuff. So sometimes there's a little bit of risk involved.
Whoa, slow down there, sailor. You gotta leave the car in gear. You can't just leave it in neutral and walk out of there.
I have a handbrake, dude. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but what if the handbrake fails? You know, the transmission is designed
what?
to ensure that the car doesn't roll
He
forward
almost
and
broke
backwards.
character.
That's how the gear ratios work. You're gonna have a fail-safe to make sure that you don't go anywhere. The Does that make sense to you or not, kiddo? Huh? Am I explaining
The
myself
bottle
well?
just.
Alright, good. Have a nice day, huh?
Just walks off. But that's so true though. Like, don't fully rely on your e-brake. Simply because those need to be adjusted sometimes. Sometimes they can stretch and they're not as effective. But also, if you're in neutral, it's gonna go based on the elevation of the car. So get on to our next clip here.
Just want to do a little consumer education. Let's say you
Ooh,
buy
educational
a
videos.
2025 Equinox. Driving down the road, you got a 6-7 year loan on it, making payments, and your headlamp goes out. You think it'd just be a simple bulb fix, right? Chevy Equinox.
Ideally, yeah.
This is the headlamp assembly. It's sealed.
Oh no, sealed is never a good sign.
Replace the entire unit. Looking at well over $1,000.
Ooh, for one.
So just know this stuff when you're buying new cars, what you're getting into.
That's
New
like
cars,
defeating. $1,000 for one unit. Like, what happens if you just destroyed your front bumper? You're probably gonna have to replace both. That's very unfortunate. But also, like, you should be able to just do basic maintenance stuff. Like, that's not really cool that they're taking away that power the consumer has or should have. You know, ideally, the what is it, right to repair. Even in my last week's video, I was talking about like, why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? You know, like they're really trying to get profit on people trying to repair their vehicles and all that, which is very unfortunate. V8 LS Prius reactions. Let's read this real quick. These guy were about to bust my balls for having a Prius. Then they found out. Is that thing fast? Oh, yeah. You wanted to know. It looks like they're at some sort of car meet or Cars and Coffee. I see some nice rides behind them. And a lot of nice cars leaving too. Just a 5.3. I love how he tells everybody the engine that's in it. Dang, look at that big gauge. Everyone's checking his ride out. I mean, that's a little showstopper. You hear that at the gas station, I'm gonna go over too. Sounds awesome.
How'd you get it in there? A lot of cutting.
That's so beautiful. Everybody just enjoying this guy's hard work. The whole posse pulled up. Oh my gosh. Look, he looks flabbergasted right there. All right, let's get into our next clip. But imagine though, that's like ultimate sleeper. I had watched this video and it was asking what car would you use for to outrun the cops or if you're in a high speed kind of chase, and it would be like something like this, like a sleeper build. People were saying like Tesla Plaid and all sorts of stuff, and I'm just like, they're gonna be waiting for you at the charging station. Y'all chill.